I am the Reverend Rosemary Bray McNatt, and I serve as president of Starr King School for the Ministry in Berkeley, California. I think I became a religious leader after years of doing a lot of other things, most notably journalism. I was a journalist for many years and continue to be one, but primarily I feel that being a religious leader allows me greater breadth and depth in the things that I write about and the things that I advocate for and the work that I care about. It's not enough to have great language for something. It matters more if you have heart for something and if you can touch people's spirit as well as their minds. And being a religious leader allows me to do both those things. So I believe that the work that I care about most is most effectively done as a religious leader. Well, this is not the first time I have served Starr King. I have been honored to serve on the board from 1993 to 2001, I believe. I served out my maximum term on the Board of Trustees. And so a lot of the work that Starr King has lived into began while I was on the Board of Trustees 20 years ago. So it's exciting for me to have the possibility of seeing embodied in the school the ideas that were just conversation back in the 90s. But even then, we were talking about the ideas of creating a counter-oppressive educational model, something that would address the goal of a just and sustainable and regenerative community. The idea that I could help make that more real was very attractive to me, and so I was glad to come back. I think it's important because the world needs progressive and savvy and ethical religious leaders in a way that we've never needed them before. We live in a world that is beset by extremist religion and fundamentalist religion, and the only real counter to that is progressive, loving, embracing, inclusive religious leaders who understand the importance of community and of working together. It's an honor to be able to help people who have that same desire reach their goal to become a religious leader. Oh, that's easy. That was orientation. My first orientation with the first class that came in after I got here. And it was the closing service of orientation week when we anointed the incoming students. Myself and the provost, Ibrahim Farajaje, met with the students for a worship service in the Round Chapel and anointed them. And while the Starr King Choir sang Balm in Gilead, it was an incredibly powerful experience and just felt so right and so holy is the best way to describe it. And I thought, I get to do this all the time now. And it was pretty wonderful. So I look forward to more of those moments and more classes of people who want to serve the world in this way. Well, you know, we already have a wonderful model that emphasizes the identification and countering of oppressions and the desire to create a just and sustainable world. But now we need to broaden that, to make it possible and accessible for more people. We are also a multi-religious theological school, so that Unitarian Universalists study with Sufis and Muslims and Buddhists and Jews and Christians and people who have no particular faith, but who have a life of spirit. And now it's time to take that vision and that kind of community and move it out into the world. And move it out into the world so that people in different parts of the world can embrace our model in a small way by taking a weekend class or an intensive for a week or an immersion as we move to other countries, or a full master's degree, a full graduate degree. We can do that not only because we can bring them to us or meet them where they are, but we can meet them where they are through the joys of distance education. We've done online learning since 2000, and we've gotten pretty good at it in the intervening 15 years. And with the advances in technology that all of us enjoy in this society, we can teach anywhere in the world, and we plan to do that. Whether it's in Kampala or Koleshwar or in the Khasi Hills of India, we plan to bring a Starr King education eventually to anybody who wants one.